everyone. This is Team Dopamine AI presenting our product. It's called TremTracker, and we're excited to give you a little bit of a demo into how it works and what we've been up to the past 2 days. So this is our website. It is a way for patients who have Parkinson's disease or who may be suspected of having Parkinson's disease to track the progression of the disease through what is called a metric of micrographia. Micrographia is a phenomenon that occurs early in Parkinson's and can get worse throughout the disease's progression, and is in essence when you write a sentence and it gets progressively smaller towards the end of that sentence. One way to quantify that is through a spiral test where patients draw a spiral, and patients who have micrographia, whether it's at any stage within their Parkinson's disease, typically have a more rigid structure that can get assigned a score of 1 through 4, a subsection of the UPDRS score, which is correlated with Parkinson's disease severity. And what we've designed is a way for a neural network, specifically YOLO version 11, with some additional hyperparameter tuning that's been embedded in it, as a way to actually conduct this test. So I'm going to demo that today. This is our overall patient, portal kind of thing. We have, the patient name. We have more about the patient's diagnosis, the clinic that they're at, MedStar Georgetown, where they're being seen, as well as information on their visits, not just limited to neurology, but also other kinds of physicians as well. We also have information on their current medications. A very common medication for patients with Parkinson's disease is carbidopa-levodopa, which you can see here. What's really cool before I demo the neural networks approach to classifying micrographia severity is we've also designed an interface, an LLM interface here, where the patient, if they're confused about their score or what medications they're at when they need to see their physician next, can interface with this LLM that's been built in to ask it questions. So for example, we could say, what medications should I take today? And this is built on ChatGPT 4.0. And as you can see here, it'll output a response based on what it's been trained, and it's been trained specifically on this patient's data itself. And it will also leave a message that says, always it's best to consult your healthcare provider. So that's that. A little bit about the spiral test now that can measure the micrographia, which again is kind of a proxy for Parkinson's disease severity, and can also be actually an indication that somebody has Parkinson's, as it's an early symptom that manifests with the disease state. So let's say I'm drawing a spiral and I am this patient. I have, more severe Parkinson's, and I am drawing the spiral, and maybe I'm doing it a 1 week check-in, right? So I'm drawing the spiral, and do my 1 week check-in, click save and send image, and it predicts me a score, again, 1 through 4, or healthy, 4 being the most severe. And so it gives that score 4, and then over time, it will map out how the severity has progressed over time. You can also see the history here, and you can clear and repeat it if you would like. What's interesting is if you go back to overview, you see again this same graph now updated. You can actually fax this graph and the profile to your neurologist, who can then integrate it into their personal clinical workflow, so that they can see how your micrographia has been progressing since your last follow-up. So yeah, that's a little bit about our project, and thanks again for the opportunity to do it.